Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get away with a title like this without a thorough explanation. Hello, everyone. My name is Blue Raven 666, and oh boy, it feels like it's been forever since I uploaded a video of somewhat decent substance and quality. I'm sorry for the lack of activity on here. I've been extremely stressed these past few weeks, and all of this stress stems from a single incident that happened over a month ago now. A situation that could have ended pretty poorly for me had it gone any other way. I'm not even exaggerating with this. I feel like this incident could have gone completely south had certain factors never played in at proving my innocence. For reasons that will probably become very obvious as I continue on with this video, I will be leaving out certain names and identifying details involved with the situation for the sake of confidentiality. I will simply be recounting my side of the story, and while I have my own speculations about what happened here, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Now, this all started at my previous place of employment. And by my previous place of employment, I mean the custodial company I decided to take a position at because YouTube stopped paying the bills. Now, don't get me wrong, before all this happened, I felt like things were going great. I was treated fairly, paid well, and even scored a promotion as lead custodian for the building I was at. Sure, at one point I was working some long hours during the week because we were so short-handed and understaffed, but it's a song and dance that I'd done plenty of times before. All I could do was ride it out, pace myself, and take things one day at a time. Then came the fateful day that $400 mysteriously went missing from the school. I wish I was joking. I wish that this was just clickbait. No, 400 mother flippin' dollars went missing from the school I worked at. Now this by itself is pretty shitty, but what does that have to do with me? Well, the area of the school the money went missing from just so happened to be the drama club and the main office, which just so happened to be among the areas of the school I was specifically in charge of. What made it worse was that this was money that was largely from the students and was going to be used for supplies, t-shirts, and other related expenses. By now, you've all probably put two and two together, but in case you haven't caught on by now, I was heavily suspected of taking this money. That week, I had to take a day off because I was burnt out to the point of feeling weak and nauseous, but when I came back the following day, I was greeted by my manager, the district manager, and the company manager waiting for me to clock in. When all three of these peoples meet up with an employee at the same time, you know it means some serious shit is about to go down. Basically, they sat me down and laid it all out for me. Hey, look, here's the situation. $400 has gone missing from the school. It was your area. This is your one chance to come clean. Is there something you want to tell us? Obviously, I'm dumbfounded, but the only thing I'm able to tell them is, hey, look, I don't know anything about $400. I don't even know where they keep that kind of money in this school, which is true. I don't know where schools keep their money if they choose to have it on the premises. And I especially hadn't seen anywhere close to $400 in cash anywhere in the building since I had started there. So if that's the case, why was I being so heavily suspected of taking it? Well, apparently, I was caught on camera going in and out of the room the money was in multiple times. No cleaning supplies, no equipment, nothing. And I guess that came across as extremely suspicious. They didn't see me come out with any money, but the way I was going in and out of this room wasn't normal, I guess. So, Raven, if you weren't going into this classroom to steal money, and you weren't cleaning, what were you doing? Honestly, I wish I could tell you, but like I said, I was burning out from working 13-hour shifts 4 days out of the week, and that had been for like a month straight. Chances are it was later in the evening when I went into this classroom, like around 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., so my brain was probably already fried. But here's what I normally do. I push my janitor's cart into whichever room I'm doing. The cart usually stays in the room until I'm done cleaning it. I do the trash, sanitize desks, and pick up the floor if it needs it. Usually, cleaning a classroom will take me 5 to 10 minutes. Some other things that can factor into the time include having to change what I'm listening to on my phone, switching out my gloves, leaving to go to the bathroom, get a drink, or take a break, or being called away to do something else. So yeah, a lot of factors could require me to enter and exit a room multiple times before it's finished and locked up for the night. And if that wasn't bad enough, but wait, there's more. As if the circumstances weren't stacked against me enough already, apparently, I walked in on a staff member at one point counting the $400 at her desks in that very classroom. Which, by the way, that wasn't supposed to happen. By all accounts, staff members are not supposed to be handling money for the school or school clubs in their classrooms. But the reason why it made me look suspicious is because of something that I would typically do in this kind of situation. One rule that I was made aware of during my training was to never go in to clean a classroom when there are still people in it. It doesn't matter if it's a teacher or a student or a faculty member, janitors should not go in to clean a room if it's still occupied. We're working with a lot of chemicals, so it could pose a health risk, but other people being in there could mean the potential for more messes. So unless I am adamantly told otherwise, if I see that there is still someone in the room, I'll back out and I will tell them that I'll come back later. Plenty of teachers that I've worked around in the past can vouch for the fact that I will do this. Apparently, though, this time it was the wrong move. Because I guess it made me look suspicious. The circumstances surrounding this entire money situation all around didn't make me look good. It was stressed to me that nobody was outright accusing me of stealing the money, but just because they didn't say it, didn't stop them from thinking it. So I was suspended. Oh yeah, they went there. For the record, I don't blame my former bosses in the least for doing this. I understood at that point I was basically a liability, and they did what they felt like they needed to do. I didn't like it, but I didn't fight it. And if it would help me clear my name, I was all for doing whatever it is that needed to be done. The thing is, though, is that it didn't help me clear my name in the slightest. I was suspended, and to my knowledge, while I was gone, nothing else came up missing, and nobody really suspected anybody else. I did end up being allowed to come back to work, but I was stripped of my position as lead, moved to a different school in the district, and went from earning $12 per hour to $11. Yeah, of all the people I worked around, it looked like I took all the shit for this situation. While I was on suspension, I also received a phone call from the police. Oh yeah, we're going there. They just wanted to bring me in for questioning, which again, if it meant clearing my name, I was completely open to. Because here's the thing, $400 in cash doesn't just vanish overnight without going somewhere. They could have checked my personal person, my car, my apartment, my bank account, literally anywhere that pertained to me. I didn't take the money. They weren't going to find any cash or any transactions that I had made from the time that this shit show began that added up to the amount of money that went missing from the school. Whatever the police wanted to search, they received my explicit permission to search because I wound up saying that right to the face of the deputy that questioned me. Being questioned by the police was just bananas, too. Obviously, I knew why I was being questioned. I broke down my side of the story. We talked about my feelings a little bit, about the incident, and the deputy ran through a few hypothetical scenarios with me. Which honestly felt like could have been something straight out of the Lucifer TV show. So what I'm thinking is, you're working a lot of hours. Maybe money's a little tight this month. You see the money in the classroom, nobody's around to see, and you decide to just take it. Wow, Deputy Decker, that's some pretty flawless logic you've got right there. Dare I say, it might even be realistic. However, there's an itsy-bitsy, teeny-weeny little detail that really hasn't been accounted for. Where's the money? Rent's not due till the end of the month. It's the middle of the month. Not to mention, up until my recent and sudden demotion, I was making between $700 and $1,100 every 2 weeks. I wasn't exactly hurting for money over here. Not to mention, I'd only been at this job for like 2 months up until this point. Why would I put a brand new job, my position as lead, and my reputation as a reliable employee at this school all on the line for what, a quarter of a paycheck? And then the deputy shoots me this curveball. Is there any reason why your fingerprints would be found on a box for the cash then? I'm sorry. This is the first time I'm hearing anything about a cash box. What box? All this time, I thought the teacher had just left the cash laying out on her desk, and that's why it ended up being stolen. I don't know anything about a cash box. Why? Did you guys find my fingerprints on a cash box of some sort? Well, you submitted your fingerprints when you applied for the job for the background check, and the fingerprints that we found, they were pretty close. Pretty close, huh? Listen, I'm no forensics expert or anything. The forensics team is the people responsible for finding evidence like fingerprints, right? Either way, I'm no expert in detective work or anything, but I've always been told that everyone has a unique fingerprint. So, were they my fingerprints, or weren't they? Because, to the untrained eye, every fucking fingerprint is pretty close. I was also told that this cash box they brought up had a combination to get it open, which is also a load of malarkey. I hadn't even been trusted with the passcode to arm and disarm the security alarms to the building. You know, something that actually pertains to my actual position as lead? What made these people think I somehow had the combination to a random cash box if cash box even existed in the first place? And again, I don't know anything about no flippin' cash box anyway. Let's just recap. $400 goes missing from the school. Even though nobody outright accuses me of stealing the money, basically everyone thinks I stole it despite having no real evidence that definitely proves otherwise. I get put on suspension, demoted, moved to a different building, and I'm now earning less money than I was when I was actually hired with the company. And after all of that, this officer ends up having the audacity to ask me, would you be willing to pay back the $400 if it meant all of this just goes away? Fuck no! Why should I be forced to cough up $400 of my hard-earned money when I did absolutely nothing wrong? It should be the selfish bitch that actually took the money that coughs it back up again. If I pay off their debt, what kind of message is that going to send? The person that actually took the money will probably think they got away with it. I don't care how much the odds are stacked against me right now. I am not going to be the one to settle the difference. Haven't I already been punished enough already just for being a victim of circumstance? So when I tell you guys that I've been absolutely stressed out of my mind for over a month due to this situation, you can probably understand why. And you know, I don't think I would have been able to keep a level head through all of this had it not been for the support of my family, particularly my mom. From the time I got put on suspension throughout this entire thing, she was ready to go to bat for me and listen to me whenever I needed to vent. Her support really helped me stay mentally and emotionally stable, and I'm really grateful to have her in my life. I quit my janitorial job about 3 weeks ago now and picked up a job working at a gas station that's just around the corner from where I live. Believe it or not, it pays better, it's closer, and everyone at the gas station knows me, so we all get along very well. Will I ever go back to doing janitorial work? Maybe, but I think it's time for a break from it for the time being. I never did find out who it was that actually stole the money, but again, I do have my own suspicions. If I ever do figure out who did it, though, just know we're going to throw hands. You do not get to drag my name and reputation through the mud and get away with it. I do not take kindly to being slandered, and that is something that I'm willing to catch charges over. Anyways, that'll be all for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you've been wondering where I've been for like a month now, well, now you know. During this entire situation, I was mainly posting to TikTok, and not even my TikTok followers were made aware of this situation up until like a week or so ago. Let me know what you guys thought about this video down in the comment section below. My name is BlueRaven666, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.